Hello, it's Carolina Marin, founder of Rewire Now and leadership, personal growth coach, and motivational speaker with the John Maxwell team. Today, I want to share a message that will hopefully bring some insight, reflection, and call to action of something that we all have struggled with in the past or might be struggling with at this moment. And it is prioritizing. It is time management, and we'll talk about that in a second. See, all leaders need to master this skill because it will make such a positive influence when we do in the team that we lead, in our organization, in our company. See, the mastering of this skill means that we first have mastered it in our own life, right? So that then we're able to actually develop a team. What do I say time management? Because we cannot really manage time. If we manage time, means that we can change time, and we cannot do that. We all have the same 24 hours a day, so it's in our best interest to make the best of those 24 hours. You agree with me on that, right? How can we go about making those priorities and making those right choices in order to really make the most of the 24 hours that we have? Let's look at these quotes here. Time isn't the main thing, it's the only thing. Nobody is too busy, it's just a matter of priorities. If it's important to you, you will find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. In order to say yes to your priorities, you have to be willing to say no to something else. Your priorities are your character. Good things happen when you set your priorities straight. And look at this one of Stephen Covey. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. If you're leading a team, don't ask the question, will my calendar be full? But ask the question, who and what will fill my calendar? See, we really need to take that time to sit down and prioritize. Most people have a hard time or struggle with sitting down, thinking about what are their priorities and actually prioritizing those. But I promise you and guarantee you that if we take that time to sit down and look at the things that we need to do and prioritize them, that will have a bigger impact in the long term. The first mistake to be made when prioritizing is to think that everything is important and that we will have the time to do it all. Too many priorities will paralyze us, will stop us, and the demand of small things will create big problems. What is it important? To take the time to sit down and prioritize accordingly will save us time in the long run. How can we do that? What are some of the principles that I follow, that I've studied, and that I've shared with others and are working in terms of prioritization? And again, this is something that leaders need to master for the team to be in a healthy condition, in a good position. Working smarter is always better than working harder. The novelist Franz Kafka said that productivity is the ability to do things that you have never been able to do before. How do we know which things we weren't able to do before? By rethinking, by reflecting on the strategy, on how did we do the things. Being proactive is always best than being reactive. See, proactive people plan their calendars ahead. Reactive ones just let others fill their calendars. Proactive people plan ahead, while reactive people just live the moment. Proactive people are able to seize the problem. Reactive people react to the problem. See, our company will be in much better standards if we're able to prepare, to plan ahead, to look at our calendars and not let others fill our calendars, to seize the opportunity, not leave the opportunity, to make the call, not wait for the call. Much better. Proactivity will always beat reactivity. One of the tools that I would like you to take away from this video and that you might have seen before is the important versus urgent matrix. Let's have a look at it. So you can see in the example many activities that we can consider as high or low depending on importance and urgency. Let's have a look at those that are high importance and high urgency. These ones you need to tackle first. Then we look at the high importance and low urgency. With these ones you can set deadlines for completion and feed them into your daily routine. How about low importance and high urgency? Well, with these tasks, you're gonna find quick, efficient ways to get them done with minimal and personal involvement and time. If possible, these you want to delegate. Last one, low importance and low urgency. Well, if these tasks can be eliminated, then get rid of them. If they can be delegated, then find someone to do them. If you must do them, then schedule a 1-hour block every week to tackle and do them. Take them away, but never schedule them during your prime time. It doesn't take much time or effort to review your to-do list every morning and evaluate each task using this chart. Having a strategy for evaluating your daily to-do list by priority is invaluable and will save you lots of time. Let's talk about another principle that will help you when prioritizing. This is called the Pareto principle, and it tells us that 20% of our priorities will give us the 80% of our production, of our results. Only if we spend our time, energy, money, and effort on the 20% of the top priorities. Let me read to you some of the examples of how the Pareto principle plays out in life. These are taken from the book Developing the Leader Within You of John Maxwell. In terms of time, 20% of our time produces 80% of our results. When it comes to counseling, 20% of the people take up 80% of our time. Products. The 20% of products bring 80% in profits. When it comes to books, 20% of the book contain 80% of the content. Jobs, 20% of our work gives us the 80% of satisfaction. Speeches, 20% of the presentation creates the 80% of the impact. There's more that I just wanted to share with you a couple. Again, to conclude this video, I will share that as leaders, we need to take that time in the week, in the day, to stop and reflect on how we're going to prioritize our near future. Again, spending more time in the proactive place rather than in the reactive action. Spending some time in planning ahead and not dealing with the problem. Prioritizing well, we cannot do all things, we need to delegate, and it's us as leaders, the ones that need to think ahead and think on these principles that I've just shared with you in order to help us take the best action for our teams. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, subscribe to the channel and you'll receive more insights on leadership and personal growth that will help you first and then your team to become and be better. I look forward to connecting with you. Thank you for watching. Carolina Marin, Leadership Personal Growth Coach with the John Maxwell team and founder of Rewire. Bye.